Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to VRML. This is our first match of week 9. Surprise, for once we didn't get one on Monday. Been a lot of matches as of late. But this, again, our first one. We have 2 tonight for you. The first one, the debut of Planet Express, facing off here against There Is No Team. So for everyone joining us today, welcome, oh welcome. Just the same, I'm Palidore, and well, here we go. Round 1 about to begin. So let's do this, shall we? We shall. Oh, maybe we won't, because before this joust even gets started, we already have one drop, it seems, from There Is No Team. See how this pans out for them. They're still going to play on this, so first goal will be made by Huzzah. But certainly at the start they wanted. Hopefully for There Is No Team, they can get their player back in here right quick. Now, for the debuting Planet Express, we have Lulz are the best over on orange with a Fire Ninja, Sonic Roland, and Crosscheck 042. Lulz had been on a team earlier in the season. I believe Olympus briefly. But for these other players, quite unknown to me. And as always, it's good to see, because now that just means I can see what they're going to do and what they're all about as a team. They're one of the numerous new teams we've had, and this one, their first match. Up here against a very slow shot. Able to get that one out with Sonic trying for it, but a good punch there from There Is No Team. Recovered now. And sent over from Planet Express here. It's Fire Ninja, just the outer edge of the bubble. They have a couple passes available. One shoulder, one barrier. Just kind of gets thrown between them, so neither can get it, but a good punch by Lulz there. So Lulz has it stolen by Huzzah. Huzzah now going for that clear perhaps, waiting for the stack. And there it is. So nice pass reaching the boosted guy as it goes over to Dave. And Dave will go up high for the 4th point. And There Is No Team up here by 4. Still haven't been able to get their 4th back. I want to say it was fair enough. But yeah, fair enough. Not able to get back in quite yet. And Planet Express rolling out now after being scored on a couple times here. They had some nice looking pass attempts, just couldn't quite execute it the way they wanted to right there. Again, good idea, a little bit stray, but you know, those early game nerves perhaps also a thing, just being first time team, a lot of first time to competitive players and first time on stream for sure. Alvin over in the chat asking, are those Ready at Dawn members? Well, one of them is, yeah, the Rad David N there. Perhaps one of the more notable ones. I don't want to say notorious, but he's a well-known dev for sure. Been around and playing the game all throughout these years. Going in for that shot is Sonic, though, from Fire Ninja on that assist. So Planet Express on the score sheet for the first time in Season 1 and in competitive play. Nicely done. Fair enough in the chat saying White Dragon's playing, not you. Gotcha. Yeah. Because I know I saw Fair Enough's name when I first joined earlier, so I was kind of assuming, but White Dragon also the other Ready at Dawn member on this team. And there he is also. Just joined. So they got him back in. But yeah, both those guys Ready at Dawn, ready to roll here in VRML. They got up to a pretty decent start. They've had a small slump for There Is No Team the last couple weeks, coming out winless ultimately. Granted, it was against some extremely tough teams, the likes of Illuminati, the preseason champions. I mean, a lot of teams have lost to Illuminati. You have Guinness as well, and the Legends and Orbit.
What a pick! Orange throws it way downfield.
So over on the other side, recovered here, Guygasm with a disc. But yeah, a lot of tough matchups for Legends, or not Legends, Tint. Legends were one of the players they played against, and teams they played against, rather. It's almost being punished for their good start by going up against these well-established teams. But now trying to find their foothold, regain it, that is, over here in Week 9, the start of Week 9. Going for a shot that is mighty fine. Huzzah! Right from the bottom corner. Good hit. And that'll be 7-2 as we approach the halfway point in another minute or so here in the first round.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
But yeah, you talk about history, and you talk about Ready at Dawn on this team. Not to mention Fair Enough, who's on There Is No Team. He's not playing tonight, but he's one of the roster members. And just going to the experience level of this team. Back in the day, the first developers versus players game. As hold that thought, Huzzah going for that shot just off the mark. That first players versus developers game back in the early days, 2017, and when it was also 3-on-3, it was, I want to say, Dave, White Dragon, and Special Delivery on Ready at Dawn, as they go in for a nice handoff pass to Dave, and he'll just pave the way for that goal right there off of a good assist. Just a casual toss-up towards that backboard from Guy. A nice recognition. But yeah, so it was a White Dragon, Dave, and Special Delivery versus Lemming, Ice Shiny, and Fair Enough. So Fair Enough now on a team with a couple of those Ready at Dawn members, but back in the early days, it was Fair Enough playing against said devs. But yeah, a long time ago, and, well, the same galaxy, so not too far away, but yes, a lot of history, a lot of experience here in veteranship. So having it stolen now, Dave going for that clear is punched out, trying to look for his grabs. There's a few players for Planet Express trying to do just the same, but couldn't get back quite in time. There was a goalie nearby, but had no available boost, so Huzzah was able to get that score for the 12-2 lead for 23 remaining in the first round.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Planet Express still trying to find their way here. Got to shout out their logo as well. Unless I'm mistaken, that is the Pizza Planet themed logo, yes? It's been a good while since I've seen a Toy Story, admittedly, but I assume that's what it's referring to. Gotta love it. And cross-check does recover it, but gets, well, crossed and checked by that fist. But still a good handoff there to Sonic. Sonic does get a clear. So now if he can just find that boost, but there's already some There Is No Team members well prepared in the deep back line. That's Guy trying to maneuver around lulls. Gets it to Huzzah there in the pass. Now Huzzah going over to the midline. And Dave finding it, just maneuvering, crab walking almost along the wedge there at the mid area. A great delivery to Guy, and going for that shot just as Huzzah tries to contest a cross check. And Cross actually did look like he got the stun on it, but too much of a distraction to save that goal, which is often going to be the case. It's tough when you have lots of players all up in your face. So launching out again, cross-check Q being a deep pass, and just reaches a nice hit from deep there, but intercepted by White Dragon playing that mid-line right across the ramp. And so now they're going to be patient with it. About 3 minutes left in the first round. Again, trying to come back after a couple off weeks against some admittedly humongously strong teams, for There Is No Team. But this is a team that I expect to definitely develop into something quite good. I mean, we've already seen the flashes earlier on. I think it's just a matter of time. There's too much experience here. Now, you're talking about the best dev players. You're talking about multi-time finalist players on this team here. So Planet Express still holding their own, all things considered. Doing a good job here to just cut off and contest around their bubble. But Huzzah's going to get that outside and now back it out. And that's one of the things definitely you got to get used to as Lulz gets a nice punch and slaps it off. Ricochets off of his body. And now Lulz checking behind just to see if he has any time. But a good boost, short-range leech from Huzzah. Handoff to Guy. Guy maybe fighting himself with that one-on-one opportunity. Gonna just cross it off the backboard into the goal. And it's a 16-2 advantage here as we wind down round one.
12, 11, 10,
Zenny's saying it's from Futurama.
8, 7,
Really? Really? I mean, Planet Express, Pizza Planet, it seemed like it fit so well. You know, Futurama is one of those cartoons, one of the few popular animations that I don't actually watch. I know, I'm a heathen. At least some would call me that, but yeah, super popular show. I just haven't been able to actually catch it. So shame on me, I guess. But nonetheless, Planet Express coming here. There's a tap from Lulz are the best. Trying to show There Is No Team what's up here. They can, but at the moment, There Is No Team has a lot of good teamwork going their way. Recovered, though, is Lulz again, so his hands have been all over that disc right now defensively. He's getting a lot of grabs. There's another one from Lulz, and yet another one, though, right back from White Dragon. So good defense, matched by some good defense, matched with some even more. So a good grab there from Fire Ninja as he fires off for the three-point shot. And Dave loving that one. I'm loving that one. That was a hot shot from the ramp, and I think Dave especially likes that one because I want to say fun fact or little known fact, but it's probably very well known. That ramp shot down here, anywhere in this bottom ramp area, that's like Dave's bread and butter since beta days. Now, he doesn't go for the bowling ball style shots as much as necessarily just the straight up shot, but he used to drain those right back in beta when I was brand new and hit them on all kinds of players, including myself, all the time and impress. So good to see a new team coming in here and Fire coming through with that fire to get the 5th point here as this clock winds down. So 10 seconds left. Huzzah will dunk it in and just end this one here in the first round. 18-5 for there is no team.
This round's over and done. Blue team is victorious.
Pardon moi for just 1 second. So I do have kind of a perma stat keeping, you can call it, but really it's just a very cheesy method in that I'm just screenshotting and sending that into a cropped thing on my assets. So it takes an extra couple seconds, but at the very least it means we don't lose out on our stats like we would a lot of the time before, provided I can remember to do it. So thus far we're good, aren't we? Now the first, well, 10 of the points here in the first round. Wow, going to Huzzah. So he was having himself a strong opening round. An assist for every person on the team, however, so definitely feeding Huzzah. Guygasm with a 3 assists going towards him. So a lot of good team play from Tint at the moment. Both Guy and Dave have 4. White Dragon has 1 assist and 10 stuns coming off a bit absent the first couple of minutes. In a literal sense, he just wasn't actually in the arena for the first couple, but managed to get back and still get 10 stuns, which is evened up with the rest of the Tint guys here, at least a couple of them. For Planet Express, you have Fire Ninja with that hot 3, the 1 assist and 13 stuns, Lulz with 9 stuns and some great grabs, Sonic with 2 points and 6 stuns, and then 1 save and 4 stuns, going the way of cross-check. So, showing some good moves there for Planet Express. See if they can come out with some more heat here in the second round. Off his first joust, looks like Lulz will be there, perhaps getting a short-range grab and boost off of his teammate there, Fire. So trying to contest it there, but some good moves already. Now Guygasm takes it over, gets it to Huzzah. Huzzah might have himself a look. Oh, a bold shot. Too bold, in fact, as cross-check is sure to take that right off the backboard, but couldn't get the clear. However, it's Lulz again. How many of these grabs has he had? Just a multitude of steals and snags right in that mid-line. Doing some great work. And that one sailing pretty close, but it will just careen outside the bubble. Back to White Dragon, who will be a bit patient here as he waits for his stack to kind of make a decision. Now, a minor overshoot will be contested here. Guy gets a light slap, and it does sail through, so actually Dave will be the beneficiary of that one, trying to find and weave another pass here to Guy. Guy just dodging through Lulz, and the pass, shot off, rebound in. Huzzah! Does it again. He's just, again, having himself a hot match so far. That's a dozen points for Huzzah in the first, 11 minutes now. Going back a couple minutes ago in the chat, saying Alvin and Zenny do definitely love that shot from Fire Ninja earlier. Yeah, it was a great one. One of the other new teams I was impressed with too, are newer players to competitive. Tony over there on Mirage, among a bunch of other players I've been impressed with, but he's definitely made his name known just in the first week for Mirage alone. They debuted last week, and that's definitely what I love about all these new teams. Keep getting to know all these different personalities and skill sets, and they're impressing. People are getting so much better so fast, as that one is a very fast pass to Guy as he squeezes it through the defense. But these days, compared to what I'm used to from 2017, 18, and 19, seems like newer players are learning competitive metas so much quicker. You know, what once took the veterans of old a very long time to develop and understand, it's taking these newer generations of players a lot shorter of a time. Now right there, a great grab from Guy. Does get a clear just before he's stunned by a fire, it was. Rad, Dave, and over here with the White Dragon, so going with the connection. And can't get the deflection for the defense, so 6 points. Ready at dawn. Ready and on for the passes. 3 minutes in and a score per minute now for Tint. So rolling out a split down every side just about. Kind of a rectangular formation, leaving one in the mid. Now going to Bowtie, actually. So there's a deep shot attempt. Will be a little too far to the left. Leading to look for their boost, but it's White Dragon doing a good job in the back line to really delay any stack opportunities with the stuns. That's what you got to do. If you can take one defensive player and, as a brawler, and you can just essentially nullify a pair of the other team for even a few seconds, that's just a numbers advantage, right? That's easy math, but the point is, it's so effective, especially in 4v4. That type of meta allows you to still space the floor pretty well, but still have these dedicated brawlers and midfielders to deal out some damage and just take numbers advantages where possible. And we definitely see some teams obeying that quite a bit. Now over here, Rad, Dave over to the cross, couldn't quite get it. We do have a challenge match right after this one here. It will be Nova versus Wireless Jacks. Talk about people who take advantage of the brawling. Well, there's a certain player over on Wireless Jacks that definitely does. So Huzzah gets the disc back here. 6 minutes left, a little bit less than that for Tint to try to score here some more. On defense now, Sonic pressing up and pressing forward while cross-check just remains right there firmly in the goal. Sonic now contesting on the outer edge of the bubble, just trying to cut them off. Some good maneuvering. You can see the active hands and feet here of the Planet Express players. Not just sitting around, they're definitely maneuvering and going from anchor to anchor, trying to contest these lanes, so nice defense. But Tint is a team who will be happy to reset here and look for their better opportunities if they can. Now that pass slightly off, but Dave gets the collection. Has White Dragon up above the backboard, and it will drop the shot again. White Dragon, 8 points for Tint. Planet Express doing a good job to stave off the offense for a little bit there. But as always, those resets, for the teams who could use those to their full advantage, just back passing and trying again and again, definitely works out heavily in those teams' favor. It's a good thing to employ. But a thing that said that usually takes some time, chemistry, things like that. It's never, well, I shouldn't say never because we have seen it from some, but it's rarely just a immediate thing. Right there, though, it's a White Dragon shot. That's pretty immediate off of that one-on-one play. Up by double digits now here. But definitely taking them some time. A full 6 minutes, 5.5 minutes just about. So Planet Express still scoreless here in the second. Playing some good defense, but can't really get the clean clears or the offense going. And Tint's really just able to take advantage of the patient game. Now there's a good pass down low, just weaved over to Lulz, and what a great rollout play that was from Planet Express. That's a nice hit off a great pass from Sonic. Just had to be picture perfect for that to go through because there were a couple of defenders down there, so that was going to be a very tough grab. But boy, did it work. So there is no team for the offensive joust here. First time in round 2. It'll be a Dave QBing, sending it to White Dragon. Dragon has it intercepted. Good grab by who else but Lulz. He's had a bunch of them. Going for another deep ramp shot, perhaps. That's going to be very close. Lulz definitely, he has some good touch, whether it's defensively or even on these shots. We saw that one earlier from Fire Ninja as well. And you can definitely see the skill just kind of waiting to shine through for some of these players. Definitely know what they're doing and how to shoot that disc. So good job here by Crosscheck Deep. He contested 2 different Tint players and did so successfully. So they do manage to get a clear for a little while. And now a steal from Sonic Roland, going for another shot, and from deep, and Sonic. How about that? So in about a span of a minute, some threes here going in for Planet Express. And it's only a 4-point game, still 3 minutes left, but some beautiful defense turning into offense for Sonic and his team. So if they can employ that speed here late, maybe go supersonic, they'll still have a chance here to contest and maybe come through with a round 2 comeback and upset. So with that in mind, Dave is going to just play that fairly patiently. You can see him holding it in a couple extra seconds before he decided to pass. So every second wasted here is going to be in the benefit of Tint. On this one, Diving after it is Lulz, but he'll be stunned out there by Guy. So right back to, oh, just a good precision. Oh, from cross-check, almost able to save it. I think it was Dave who may have shot that. And again, defense was right there, but just not quite enough to get the save. So credit will go over to There Is No Team, despite the fact that it was almost a grab. I think only thing could have done differently there was just once that disc was slowly sailing above the goal up here, their goalie Cross could have probably dived on that and gotten the grab. I think that was the only critique of sorts on that one. But otherwise, I mean, it was still good defense and great brawling there from several of the players here on Planet Express. Now, a minute and a half left. It's a 6-point game, so that window's starting to close, but Crosscheck's going to get that now, so he's conscious of diving out here, but back into the opposite pocket as all these players get ready to collapse upon it. A good grab here from Lulz, but he'll be stunned and taken right back by Dave. There's the boost, a nice short-range one. Not able to get a ton of speed off it, however, so opening us up for a pass right to the barrier. Bottom of the floor, backing out just a little bit. Oh, but taken off guard. I didn't even see Fire Ninja back there. He was being an absolute ninja, no doubt, on defense, but couldn't get the clear, so White Dragon will just back it out. With less than a minute remaining, a window perhaps just about closed now for Planet Express, especially with this attempt and almost score. Oh, again, cross-check. That's 2 in a row, and that is going to be so tough, losing it off the face, I believe, as we replay that. And yeah, just there it goes, cross pass and thrown directly into the face and ultimately into the goal. So Tint being denied some extra points there, at least on official credit. But yeah, cross-check, unfortunate there. Otherwise, his positioning's been good. There's a Sonic with a good clear right through, but actually a pass. I didn't even see Lulz there, so Lulz is going to go for that ram shot again, but won't have success. And as this is the second round, and the match ultimately comes to a close here, it will be There Is No Team taking this away and breaking that small streak of losses that they had going on. And, well, there you go, 14-6.
You're not scoring again.
We might not be able to come back.
Well, GG.
Yeah, good game.
GG, guys.
GG.
Dude, that was so nerve-wracking, bro.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, there you go. You can hear the first match jitters, I guess, if you want to call them that. I don't know. I know anytime we used to be streamed back in you know, the ESL days, and it was always a cool thing. Like especially at first, back in 2017, getting streamed for the first time, and it was always nerve-wracking. Even as recently as 2019, especially for the bigger matches, it was still. You get those butterflies at times, and I think that applies to a lot of teams, even at the top level, for you know the season openers, for instance, and big matches like that. You still get those a little bit. So I think it's super cool these days that I can be the one to kind of help along the butterflies in a sense. Like now I'm the guy streaming all these awesome new teams and players, and they're the ones excited to be there. Kind of a cool just exchange, I guess, a changing of roles from where I used to be. But it's definitely enjoyable. But yeah, glad to hear that they had a lot of fun. And they still had a really good showing, all things considered. Again, you're talking about players who've been in this match or in this game for a long time, 3 years just about now, or even longer if you're White Dragon or Dave, considering that they made the game. So considering that, I mean, really, Planet Express did a very nice job. 18-5 and then 14-6. That's a very effective match from them, especially in a debut as new players to the scene and to the game. So looking forward to seeing how they come along here in the upcoming weeks, and even the rest of the week whenever they have their next game. Hopefully we'll get that casted too, if I have anything to say about it. So yes. But that will be our match. We do have one more coming up really quickly here. Well, I say really quickly. We actually have about 6 minutes until the scheduled start time. So I'll be able to read these stats real quick. It was Huzzah coming through with a very nice game. Oh, and by the way, they are by the way playing kind of a fun third round. So here, I'll mute that for you now. That's what you're hearing in the back. But yeah, we're gonna head off soon. But nonetheless, Huzzah has 12 points, a dozen, leading the way easily for his team. just with a multitude of dives at that goal and assisted plenty by his teammates. You have Guy with 8 points, David N with 4, and White Dragon with 6. But look at all those assists, as well as a save apiece, and then Guy with almost 40 stuns. Very impressive, especially for 2 rounds, and in what was a somewhat slow-paced match. I want to say somewhat, but nonetheless, it's a lot of stuns for a Guy, and I guess not a surprise. Over on Planet Express's side, it was 5 points for Sonic Roland, 1 assist, 1 save, 1 steal, 12 stuns. So filling up every category very nicely. You have Fire Ninja with 3 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, 18 stuns. Lols are the best with 3 points, 1 steal, 17 stuns. And I got a bone to pick there. He definitely had to have maybe 7 or 8 steals. He had so many great ones. I guess more so because, not counting because it wasn't grabbed directly out of their hands. It was like after brawls and things like that. But he just had a great midline defense for sure. For Crosscheck playing deep in the goal there, he had 3 saves, a couple of them unfortunately off his own body into the goal, but still in the right place for a lot of those ones. Got some stuns and some of those clears to the back liner there. Always an underappreciated role, but he definitely played his part. And yeah, just be a matter of time. People saying in the chat there, they're gonna have to, they're gonna learn what they need to improve there. Alvin says to do better, and absolutely, we've seen it with so many teams who came into VRML never playing competitive before, and now as the season has gone on, they're just finding their stride, and they're really putting the team play together. Teams like Skull Crusaders, Fusion, Reboot, Galaxy. Galaxy just got their first win last week, and it was off of, it wasn't just luck or anything. It was because they had some amazing passing plays, which they just were not getting earlier in the season. So it's really awesome to see the never before players in competitive play definitely making those noticeable strides in those gaps from where we were in week 1. All right, anywho, we have 3 minutes till the next match, so we're just going to go to a quick intermission. Fair enough telling me Hazza's name is spelt wrong. Well, how dare I? I'll fix that next time. But thanks for pointing that out. And shame on me. All right, so next up, Nova versus Wireless Jacks. Challenge match, our second match of the night, our main event. We will BRB. All right, hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the stream after that little intermission. We're already here just about for our second and our main event, match of the night. Nova versus Wireless Jax in a challenge match. So for those who joined us for that last stream, the debut of Planet Express versus There Is No Team. There Is No Team coming through in 2, but Planet Express still held their own and showed some nice plays. There's some good ramp shots thrown in there, some great saves, brawling, but ultimately the experience there of There Is No Team coming through in the end. But for this match, so always a fun rivalry to watch, these two sister teams as they call each other, Nova and Wireless Jax. A challenge was issued, and in hindsight, I had seen the message that was posted regarding that challenge. I wish I actually had saved it so I could reference it here in the stream. But it was a rather funny challenge. I believe it was Gilligan who issued it, delivering a message. Here we go. I'll read it thusly, unless the match starts while I'm saying this. We, the members of the Wireless Jax, hereby issue a challenge to thee, the members of Team Nova, to a match of Echo Arena, to be streamed and cast before the eyes of the world under the officiation of Virtual Reality Master League, at a time no earlier and no later than 22:01 in the Eastern Time Zone on the day of Tuesday, 31 of March of the year 1202, whatever, 12020. Yes, HE. What is this? I'm so confused. I don't know my history. Let it be writ and known that anyone who refuses this challenge be a coward and a nerd. Pretty much one of the best challenge match, I guess, initiations I think I've seen. Gotta love it. And yes, the last time these two teams faced, so they did face off once in the preseason, but most recently in Season 1, and it was a match that went in the favor there of Nova, but Wireless Jax looking to make a name and kind of reclaim their fame after that last loss here. And what is usually a very competitive series, anytime these guys are match made or they're scrimming, what have you. I mean, hence the challenge match, and hence me being here. No way I was going to miss it, as that one goes for a pass here to Blitz. So starting off, Blitz going to back it out there immediately to Gilligan. Gilligan having it grabbed. What a grab by Ascend from Nova. So starting that off there with some nice defense as the soft boost comes through. Zesper trying to look for someone to grab onto. Take that back. It's Dimwee leeching on, getting the stun, opening it up for Ascend. Couldn't quite make that shot, but will still be rebounded by Venom here on the other side. So Venom over to that bottom corner. Sir Dimwee. Absolutely. Nice defense on the other side, and then eventually those passing plays got them the goal. So first two for Nova. Wireless Jax trying to defend their honor here in VR Master League, as I noted just moments ago. Also, quick shout out to Kung and Dano. I didn't get to it at the end of the last stream, but yeah, said nice overlays. You like the overlays? I'm glad you do. Not a dramatic change, but something a little different to distinguish it and whatnot. Now over here will be grabbed by Akami, but it's taken out there by Dimwee only for a moment. Akami gets it right back and couldn't convert the second attempt. Look at all those punches all in the same place. Talk about combustion, about ready to explode over there near the goal. Nonetheless, Alchemy gets it back, has some options, but Zesper cutting off nicely, as well as Venom, another cut off, and what great defense, but eventually the offense from Gilligan. Everything's on purpose, every ding, every miss, as those players laugh about it a little bit. But no, after, despite some of the early miss, I mean, that was great defensive play, cutting off a lot of those passes there from Nova. So Alpha's somewhat slower rollout, just kind of patient, not trying to rush it to the other side. That said, that's a great grab from Gilligan. So Gilligan looking to go up, but Sir Dimwee ain't gonna have any of that. Just gets a clear. Over to the wedge, has a couple players in the pocket, so might get it back. Blitz having a little bit of struggles there, and the players did actually note that before the match even started, that Blitz is apparently having a few issues, and they apologized kind of in advance for it, so I'm not sure if that makes it okay, but at least it makes them aware. But yes, Blitz coming in now as well. Well, Sir Dimwee coming in, rather. Getting stunned by Will and Akami, and they get loose for the goal, just barely. And it's a 2-point lead for the Jax.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
So a few minutes expired, already a few goals between these teams. Nova being the ones to roll out now on offense. And Zesper eventually collecting, so trying for that pass over now to Venom. Another one goes over here. Ooh, was that? Must have been on purpose. Nice little bounce. Ascend will just go for the one-on-one. That's a great opportunity, and it's a tied-up match. Under 7 minutes on that clock, so a lot of time still and tied right up here. To the surprise of no one. We expect these ones to be a back and forth. I feel like the last challenge match, Nova did a really good job of just commanding it, but I feel like potentially an anomaly. Not to discredit Nova at all, but just more so anytime we've seen these two teams play, and I hear about it too in their scrims. I'm always told how head-to-head these two teams are whenever they scrim each other, so you always expect that close match from this pair. So Sir Dimwee trying to get a clear. Gets over to the Akami instead. Going for that bounce just off that corner. Here comes Akami again just to clean up the own mess and making a little bit mess of Sir Dimwee there with this stun. Just the punch, the reception, the goal. Might have gotten that one a little bit late, and yes I did. Sorry on that replay, but anywho. Will be 1 point advantage here to Wireless Jacks, but it's just back and forth. See Mrs. Akami in the chat as well, cheering on the Jacks. I don't know why she would. It's as if she has some vested interest in the Jacks. Huh. But over here will be a miss just barely from Nova. They're going to try and recollect that one, but look at 3 different players, and there's Akami just bothering completely. But very disciplined not to punch unless he had to. So still remains here on this side of the floor. Will be taken back over by Blitz. Actually, strike that. Maybe by, Blitz on the eventual tap. But slaps it to the other side here where it's taken right back by Dimwee. So good stack there from Nova. It was Dimwee and Ascend there, able to get it back. So heads off to the top ramp, but right back now to Will. So some more contesting there. Akami also doing some punches in the back line there. Really bothering some players for Nova. On Nova, that is. That shot going to go through, but taken out by Ascend. Nice save. Just turned around right in time. Now, the most important part of this, however, is that boost. Can they get it first? Looks like it's not the case. We know how fast Wireless Jacks are. However, got rid of it perhaps a little bit earlier than he needed to there. So Venom will, in fact, get it back for Nova. So no harm done on the miss boost initially, because now they just have some great positioning across the corners, but taken right back out by Blitz here. So Blitz on that recovery gets his disc back a second time, maybe even a third time, just missing his hands, but Gilligan gets it right back. And now spreading apart. That's what they got to do. Anytime players you see on any good chemistry and experienced teams, once they know someone has a chance at the disc, people don't pile up. They spread out. They try to look for the passes, and that's what you got to do. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the pile-ups, and it will happen to every team in any given match from time to time. But the experienced ones, and that one is a great-looking shot, and notice the spacing. The experienced ones know how to get that spacing and just find those extra passes and not cluster up. So a beautiful delivery there. The Akami, assisted by Will, and up by 4 for the Wireless Jacks here. Locking it in. Zenny Dude appreciating that as well, saying these guys making passes look easy. Yeah, when these two teams are fluid on the teamwork and their passes are going to result in goals just as much as any team in the league. Right here, again, just efficient, fundamental, cross to cross to cross. Maybe one more backing it out, and that's okay. They didn't like their first look, so they'll just try again for an even better one, and they get it done. You gotta love that kind of play. So patient, and what did it do? It got them the goal. Could they have shot that on that first drive-in? Yeah, maybe. But they didn't like it as much. Maybe it was a lower percentage shot, or they just couldn't really get the angle they desired. So what do? You back pass, you try again for a better looking angle, and then they got it. So that is some beautiful patience being shown. And right there, though, maybe too patient for Blitz, holding on to it a little too long. Could result in the shot, but just off. Ooh, that could have bought the lead there for Nova in this late game. So fortunate for Wireless Jacks not paying on that one, as Blitz doesn't get it cleared, just misses the grab. And off to the midline, looking to just sail right back actually into the Wireless Jacks side. So Zesper is there. He'll be stunned by the Akami. Couldn't get that shield off in time. So Ak continuing to brawl an awful lot there in the back line, but not doing an awful job whatsoever. Doing a great job. Now Will, oh great save there from Dimwee, just snags it right out of the hands on a one-on-one opportunity. Always the best thing you can ask for as an offensive player is getting those one-on-ones, so anytime the goalie can get those saves, demoralizing if you're that offensive team. But strengthening here if you are the defensive team who got that save. Now that said, that pass will just barely be missed, but there's Venom with a good stun. Oh, a shot just stinging off back into the outer edge of that bubble and retained by Venom. So going at it again, there's a back out, there's the patience that you want to see. So minute 45 left and counting round 1. And seeing if this patient play, this passing play, has been locked on. That's a good looking pass, but the shot just too tough of an angle when he pushed off that backboard area. Looks like he floated maybe a little bit too high than he had initially wanted. So could not get it on that attempt, and maybe going to that well a few too many times. That's 3 passes up to that top backboard area. So Wireless Jack's doing a good job to recognize it and cut it off that 3rd time. However, we'll see what it turns into here on the other side. If they can lock in a goal that just could be the ice, and it looks like indeed going up by 4, so there's still time. It's not the dagger, but it is a little bit of ice. It's a little bit of buffer for Wireless Jacks as they see this clock tick down. See if they can just hold it off for less than 60 seconds, and they'll be good for this 1-round victory.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So Dimwee rolls out. Need a couple goals in this last minute. They just get a quick, oh, nice redirect actually. So passing into the stack, and just having the stack accommodate. You see some teams going to that lately. And then in North America, whereas it wasn't so common before. In Europe, the European scene, yeah, it was. In North America, not so much. Now, Akami, I can safely say now this will be the dagger. 13-6 here in the first round. Fun one, though. Very competitive.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So a little time maybe for Nova to score once more. I definitely got to be happy if you're Nova with their play overall. Maybe a couple missed passes towards the end and some good cutoffs. We'll actually get the Wireless Jacks one more score. But, you know, a couple plays, maybe they would want to execute better, but honestly, they're making a lot of the right moves, and the passes overall were still very good, very clean. So got them a lot of good looks. So definitely a good start here for Nova, but even better start for Wireless Jacks. Just piling on some points there, some good plays to take advantage of the defense, and yeah. Pardon me. Again, I'm just taking down the stats really quickly. It's not always as quick as I would like it to be. But it's better than losing our stats completely, at least that's what I think. So we'll go to the round sheet, and actually the score will not be correct because I didn't input it because I'm silly like that. But nonetheless, I'll get that back to you in just a second here. Hold on. To 6 is where it was. So after that first round, really wasn't until the last couple minutes that Wireless Jack started pulling away there. I think Nova definitely capable of coming back. We saw it, in fact, in recent weeks. I mean, there's definitely been times like that match against the Skull Crusaders, as well as, who was it? I want to say Genesis it was last week, maybe? Either way, or Nova had some really killer comebacks and 3rd round victories. So they're a team who can do it. They showed really great mental fortitude last week in those matches with some huge, essentially comebacks especially after Skull Crusaders. Remember that match? Nova had nearly gotten mercied in the first round. Then came back and almost mercied Skull. And then came back again with a just stronger 3rd round. And that was kind of the tale of that tape. Right here, there's backboard play again. So Zesper, the recipient, good question. So Nova's gone to that place several times. It's bringing them some success here, for sure. I think for Wireless Jacks, they want to start collapsing on that. They did a good job towards the end of the first round, denying it once or twice. But definitely a play that Nova is favoring. And then, you know, if Wireless Jacks does not take away that lane enough, they should just keep going to it then. You know, don't fix what isn't broken. So Sir Dimwee going back here, recollected by Zesper, is going to need to get rid of that rather quickly as that's backed out to Venom. Venom now back to the bow tie. So again, there's the great patience from Nova being shown to just not rush too much. So that deep cross does get over. eventually to Dimwee. Some beautiful passes, actually. That was a great series of very precise passes. Some of those from a distance, too. Not the easiest up passes. Another back pass. So here it goes again. Really like the offense. That last delivery a little bit too tough. And past the hands there of Venom. And then once again past Ascend. So that was a great series of passes, but it's always that last one doesn't go through. It just kind of undoes the momentum of all of the great play prior. That said, Nova will get it right back for them. Backing it out. A little risky one because we do have Gilligan playing that line, and we know how good he is with brawling and just playing that denial defense. So got to be wary of those kind of back passes, as will be actually just collected here, slapped out now into the wedge. A lot of punches once more, forming up as Desper and Akami will contest each other there. Gilligan gets that disc, eyes that pass all along the way, but oh, beautiful punch. Venom putting out the pain, going for that stacked, that clear, that redirect of sorts. I don't even know what to call it, but you know, the clear where you're just kind of looking for that stack to accommodate for it. It's a more intentional form of clear and boost, you know? They've been doing it well, and have been doing it more and more over the weeks. So off it goes to the other side again, Nova's side of the floor. There's a quick stack here from Nova, showing their speed. We know how fast Wireless Jacks are, but Nova just the same, more than capable of blazing by. So over to the midline will be intercepted here by Gilligan. And back over to Will. Will has themselves a 2-on-1, make a 3-on-3 now situation. As the defense retreats, they go for a clear, but can't get the cleanest one here. So we're seeing on this end of the floor a few struggles there with some of these clears, if nothing else. No, in round one, a little bit of that coming from Wireless Jack's side more so. But round two, Nova does get it through. Has it stolen. Gilligan right around that pack area. Very condensed situation. So now forming into these brawls as that shot does go very close to the goal. Now we'll have an open one. Conceded to Will. Oh, what a save! Ascend! How about that? Came in at the last possible second. Wasn't even looking, it seemed. And just a slow shot there. Maybe too slow, in fact. But on the second attempt, will get it. So, oh, that's going to hurt because off of those kind of saves, those huge saves, those are the ones that can really, really build your team momentum. But unable to get the clear, and through no fault of his own, because again, Ascend there was just flying through the goal. He didn't have any time to get any kind of precise clear. But because of that, nonetheless, wasn't able to get it, and Wireless Jacks, just the heady plays to convert. So right back at him, there's Ascend with a pass, recognizing Venom there on the opposite side. Going for a good dunk right from that corner. It's just guaranteed by Ascend off of that Venom attempt. Either or, it's points, and points will matter plenty as Nova pulls ahead by 2. About 4 minutes passed in this second round. Still got some time to burn, and it's still a close game, much like that first round, where Wireless Jacks did pull away 15-6 by the end. But again, it wasn't till the last couple minutes. Otherwise, it was very goal for goal, just like this one has been so far in round 2. There's a nice spin move as Akami unwinds. Not only himself, but on the shot, unwinds into the goal, and it's tied up yet again. See Boozy stepping in here as well with a bit. And there's a friendly, familiar face that I'm fairly trying to look for another word. Fairly fantastic to see. That doesn't make any sense. Well, whatever. I was trying for the alliteration. Instead, I got tied. But right there will not be a tie. Will be a lead. Courtesy of Blitz. And that was a great shot just from the corner near that tunnel area. Not too often you get those open ones. So every time you do, you got to convert, got to capitalize. And he did. Fair play to him. So 7-4, 4:36 remaining. Sir Dimwee launching out now, down by 3. See if they can get more of those fantastic passes off that we were seeing earlier on. Wireless Jacks trying to cut it off, but again, the brawls still gets the pass, but that one will be cut off quite easily there by Blitz. And Blitz all over that play, really just forcing these quick passes and then playing the passing lane. So very well done to Blitz. And ultimately, the Alchemy as well. Boosting with Blitz, I think that was, to find the 2 points. So 9-4. Now, I mentioned Wireless Jacks in round 1. They did start pulling away in those final few minutes. So will that be the same case here towards the end of round 2? I hope not, because I want to see this round 3 happen. Want Nova to come back here and give us that round 3 that as casters, like when Dimwee's casting with me. We always love to see those. Of course, for Wireless Jacks, they'd be more than glad to just say, forget the casters. We want to close this out in 2. But either way, very competitive match so far as a tap goes right back to Will, but maybe a little too casual. Still gets another slap out, but that one's going to be a lot tougher of a clear, so we'll be back to Sir Dimwee. And Dimwee maintaining, retaining, and moving up here for their offense. So they still have time. They've been pretty patient with their offense thus far. They still have time to do that. Right there to the nest. Oh, on that shot save there from Will, though. Great grab to play that denial defense. Right back again. That was Will again on that grab. And Blitz getting a clear. So Will having himself quite a game now. I remember earlier in Season 1 as we do get Blitz going for the shot here, going up 11-4 now. Remember, Will had himself an incredible defensive game. For that matter, offensive game too, but he had himself an MVP level series of saves in one of the early Wireless Jacks matches in Season 1. Want to say maybe week 2-ish, give or take, where he just had some incredible defensive plays over and over in the second and third rounds of his match. That was a win, if I do recall, as well. So definitely a very talented player. See if he can do it again, though, against Zesper. He can't. Zesper putting enough zest on it. And he says, yes, sir, we're going to get that 6 points. Time starting to wind down, but not down and out yet. Wireless Jacks at joust advantage, at point advantage. And they're going to want to take, well, much like Nova, they're going to start to want to take this really slow here. They don't have to rush at all. Not that they have been by any stretch, but again, they're at a juncture where they can definitely use the clock to their advantage if they want. That tap out will reach the hands of Ascend, maybe. No, Ascend's being stunned by Will there as Zesper gets a clear. Actually, a pass to Venom, so nice look there. They got that stack getting a little bit broken up, so going for maybe that clear and boost play, but that stack actually does get broken just before that pass went out. So unfortunately, Blitz will get it back for Wireless Jacks. An intercept here by Nova. Venom now to Dimwee. Dimwee has to act fast with a great pass. Oh, the tough shot, though, fading backwards. So it was a great-looking pass, but the attempt just slightly too high. But skying for it there. Another one just sailing past. So 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining. Wireless Jacks about to maybe close this off with one more delivery past the hands of multiple players. And Venom maintains. So one more over to the nest. Well, and you know the rest. It's a 3-point game. So there you go. Took a few tries, but still in this one, absolutely, with 1 minute left. But Nova's going to need to play some of that stingy defense that they're known for playing. And they're going to need to cause a turnover rather quickly. And just given the time, probably going to need to shoot that 3-pointer. Going to need to go for an assault on the goalie if they can force a turnover first. That's the important part, of course. So Akami just missing that grab. So maybe leaving the window just a tad bit open. There's Dimwee now with a pass over to the ramp. I do like that they've been very conscious about not clearing when they don't have to. So very well done by Nova on that end. Now if they can get this boost, need to go for a 3 at this point just about. It's going to be just mishandled, slightly astray. So Gilligan and Akami right there to collect it back. 18 seconds left. And one more clear as that will sail into the opposite tunnel and down. So unless a quickest of stacks comes through here for Nova and manages to sling a deep clear, but off that shot, missing, but only 5 seconds left and no more time on the clock, unfortunately, but a great match, great game. It will be the round 2 victory and the sweep to Wireless Jacks.
Blue walks away with the W.
As looks like the players go for their cheers.
Good game, guys.
Love to see it. Sorry I couldn't get a close-up on that as I was making sure I got the stats screened and all that good stuff. If I can automate this even more in the future, that'd be great. But nonetheless, it's still better than losing our stats completely, so we'll take it. But yes, so 11-8 for the Wireless Jacks here in round 2 as we go to the scoreboard and the highlights screen. Like I said, always wish you could go to round 3. Just love to see it. And it was so close. Nova had some chances there, but Wireless Jacks having themselves a good game. Oops. I did that totally wrong, didn't I? Luckily for me, these saints of players did not reset yet, so muchos appreciation for that. But anyway, so 15-6 and 11-8, very close games, a strong match there from the Akami, putting together 13 points strongly for his team.
Round start.
He has 25 stuns as well as 2 saves, so just great game. Blitz in there playing some good defense in the midline, piling up the stats as well. 7 points, 1 assist, 1 save, 2 steals, and 11 stuns. You have Will. Didn't get points in today, but still had some good plays defensively. Had that save that was nice in round 2, a couple of assists, steal, and 15 stuns. Gilligan with 6 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, 2 steals, and a ridiculous 51 stuns in the 2 rounds. And by his standards, probably still not enough, quite frankly, but by most people's standards, quite impressive and definitely MVP caliber effort from Gilligan, just the same. Now taking a look as well at Nova's players. It was Zesper rather, leading with 5 points and 19 stuns. Ascend contributing the 4 points, second highest, and 3 saves, 20 stuns. Venom with 2 points, 6 assists. I personally love that, so the Pally MVP just because of how much I love assists. But nonetheless, 6 assists, 28 stuns, a lot of that beautiful passing from Nova. Obviously, credit to Venom for a lot of those final passes. And then for Sir Dimwee, 2 points, 1 assist, 4 saves. Had some nice ones in there, and 20 stuns. So with that said and done, that is, well, a tie-up, I suppose, on the season series between these two teams. It was Nova taking it away. That first matchup back way at the beginning of the season. And Wireless Jacks, though, showing that they've still got quite a bit left in the tank, especially when it comes to facing off against their good friends over on Nova. And very much impressing here in this second matchup to tie it up. So I can only imagine and hope that by the end of it all, as we wind down this season, we're going to see perhaps one more Nova and Wireless Jacks match just to kind of decide the champion of these sister teams. It'd be fun to see. But until then, I've been Palidore, and that's been the first couple matches of our Week 9 here in Season 1 of VR Master League. To everyone who watched in the chat there and commented and was engaged, thanks for doing so. Miss Sakumi saying, as always, good job, Pally. Look forward to the next game. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you. As well as all of you there. 17th Charge, Zenny Dude, Duller Ranger, Boozy, stopping in. Rosie as well, and Dano earlier on. So good to see all of you hopping in. Arthur Guinness, M2 Fire Ninja. I think that covers it, yes? I hate it when I miss people, so I try to get everyone. Fontac stopping in saying, did Planet Express win? I can't remember the score, but there is no team in 2, but I was still pretty impressed by Planet Express. They had some nice moves in there, had some good brawling, some good defensive plays. Granted, a couple of the saves did go the opposite, like go back into the goal, but they had I think it was Fire had some good ramp shots thrown in there. Lulz was getting, I don't even know how many steals throughout the match. He had so many steals and clears in the midfield. Yeah, I would say, there is no team. I mean, their team, again, you have 2 really skilled devs, the best dev players in the game on that team. And then you have 2 players, well, you have a player in Gygasm who's a multi-time finalist, and you have Huzzah, who's, up until he joined VRML, was one of the, I considered, best players to never play in competitive play before. So you're going up against players with 3 years plus experience as a new team, and Planet Express honestly performed really admirably. So a lot of things to look forward to on that one. I mean, it wasn't like it was a flat-up blowout or any stretch of the imagination. It was still a very respectable score against a team like Tint, honestly. But anyway, I think that will in fact do it now for realsies. So, thank you everyone once again for watching. I've been Palidore, this has been VR Master League, and we'll see you again, as I just forgot that I didn't bring up the schedule, so we'll see you again real soon. And how soon? Well, I'll tell you. Let's see. We got a match tomorrow starting off at, 10 a.m. local time. Team Gecko versus Watchin' Weebs. Oh, I'll be awake for it. I might not be conscious, super conscious, but I'll be there. And then Vertigo, Fusion, we have Orbit, Legends, Nova, and Dick Guinness, then Ignites versus Wireless Jacks thus far. Okay, there. Now I've completed my duties as a caster. So, have yourselves a great night. Be happy, be healthy, be safe, and we'll see you again real soon.